Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Yet another episode where you refuse to just delete that. You did a better job with the bleeps, though. I will say that.
You asked for a rare cooked lamb. Not only do I rare cook it, I reverse sear it, slow smoke it, and it's still not good enough for you.
And you left the membrane on the ribs. Don't do this.
Kiss ass.
Absolutely not.
The energy today ain't the same energy we had last week. In fact, I'd probably say it's worse.
Very cantankerous is what it is.
My guy, how are you? I really don't care how you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bad energy.
Right.
I do care how you are. How are things?
Things are thinging.
Hey, yo! Pause. We haven't paused the episode in a long time, bro.
Things are thinging. Things are just, Tings guan.
Tings are guan, boy. Tings are guan.
Tings guan, boy. And apparently we just gonna have to declare war on all sucker shit.
Before you do that, we cannot associate war and sucker shit before I get these particulars out the way.
Okay.
SerwinVega.com, Serwin Vega Pro Audio. Mm-hmm. Shouts out Henry. Shouts out Gary.
What up?
My good people. Talked to Gary earlier today, actually.
The G-Man.
No.
Not to be confused with the Z-Man, Tom Zink.
Or the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, who we will talk about.
You think? What's the title of the episode?
I have a subtitle. I know you have it labeled as 51 Days. I have a subtitle, Truth Hurts. Yeah, it's all the same. SerwinVega.com for your pro audio, home audio, car audio, marine audio. We on a boat.
On a boat.
Motorcycles, power sports, you name it, we here for you. Oh shit! I'm sorry. They got Vega Buds now. Lord help. You heard what I just said.
Clarify that statement, because, buds.
They're in California. Vega Buds, as in earbuds.
Earbuds. There, see, that clarification makes it a lot different.
There's also big sound in the small package.
Big swangers in Vogue, 20 inches sitting low.
Big sound in the small package, the Vega Mini. It's a party speaker.
We ball 24/7, all that we know. I want one of those party speakers.
I want to test those buds out. That sounds
again, sir. We don't have one of those kind of sponsors yet.
The hell we don't. Go to SerwinVega.com. In your cart, coupon code BPBC, get you 10% off. Straight like that.
Real quick, no questions asked. 10%.
So you want to get that Vega Mini? You want to get the Vega Buds? You want to get these 10-inch Vega Pro Studio monitors? BPBC is a code, 10% off.
Don't say we ain't never gave you nothing.
We give you the gift, keep on giving your money back.
And then check out these lower thirds. It'll help you get this Broken Pencil merch that is officially available online. Just use the
all the nonsense from last week out the window. Suave fixed that with a heartbeat. tinyurl.com/BPBC merch.
Mizerch. You'll see the whole collection. The hats, the workout tees, the regular tees. More items coming soon. If you have a suggestion or request for Broken Pencil Booking Company merchandise, tell them the social so they know how to get at the show.
Broken Pencil BC on all things social, at Broken Pencil BC at gmail.com, at Broken Pencil BC on everything, on everything. This is the energy. At Broken Pencil BC on what?
Everything. and everything.
Also, VitaHermosaCigars.com now live. Thank goodness.
We want the smoke. Gotta have that smoke.
Yes. There's a contact number on the site. You gotta dig for it. Not gonna go tell you. Like, I can't give you everything.
Contact number, not contact high.
There's a contact number on the site if you need to place an order. Cannot place an order online. We're trying to make sure we separate the real from the fake, and we got to go through some legal proceedings on this.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, go see the product. It's a lifestyle for connoisseurs. I mean, it says it in the name, Vita Hermosa. It's a beautiful life.
Self-explanatory. Why I gotta keep telling you stuff just right there on paper?
I've been prolonging this for so long, Suave.
Don't be that type of person that fails an open book test.
For 6 minutes and 10 seconds, I have been prolonging, telling people today's date.
What is today's date?
Tuesday, June 10th.
Uh-huh.
Year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
I said, this is probably the first time I've said this and not smiled. Year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
20 and 25th.
I got 5 on it.
Got it bad. Got it bad, bro. Got it bad.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hell no, boy. They done up and done it.
Which trigger is that? Oh, here we go.
You beat me to it because that is definitely the one I was going for. Boy.
My stars.
Let's start with the good. That way we can before we do this. Ooh.
Please.
We would like to do our due diligence and take part and take responsibility for our part in the groundswell that was the return of one Ron the Truth Killings.
Actual factual.
And not just the return, the WWE debut of Ron the Truth Killings, which we have never seen before.
And if some people had their way, we would never see again.
Shouts out to Mark Henry for synergy, because some of the same sentiments I shared off the BPBC record, he shared on the Busted Open record. And I mean, mirror parallels, and I got proof to back it up. Don't worry. We got hundreds of hours. On this point, probably thousands of hours of pre-roll footage for your ass. So
I mean, Mark Henry is gang.
He's gang for sure. Mark Henry, get you some of this Vita Hermosa though. Got for real.
We got a tea and a half for you next time I see you.
What else? What else about this? This last week has been kind of crazy as it relates. Oh, what was the pay-per-view? Money in the Bank.
More like Cash App in the parking lot.
I guess literally sponsored by Cash App.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't do that. That wasn't an accident.
We can talk about Money in the Bank if we want to. We probably will. We predicted your winners. It makes our job easy when we do that, because there's less to talk about, because you can go back to episode not even 254. It was you know who ain't gonna win for Money in the Bank 2025. We told you who ain't gonna win. Guess what? They didn't.
I mean, look, at this point, like, come on, like, our prediction record is like,
it's pretty up there, bruh. It's pretty up there.
Swami levels. Chris Berman as the Swami levels.
We didn't get the OTC. This is your daily acknowledgement for the tribal chief.
There's a reason for that. We'll probably discuss it during this episode.
We're definitely discussing it, but this is your daily acknowledgement.
Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna Bret Hart me
at all, ever. What else do we have? So Ron Killings return.
Worlds collided.
Conan on commentary.
Conan.
Something we thought we would never hear or say. Conan on WWE commentary.
Bruh.
And he behaved.
They let Corey Graves out of the dungeon.
Corey Graves came out of the Tuesday night dungeon to hop on the Saturday night brunch table for the little kids.
I ain't gonna lie.
And got active.
Corey Graves in AAA is something that I'm here for.
I'm
here for that.
Corey, we've had I wouldn't say quite love hate. we've had a kind of different relationship with Corey Graves for a couple of different reasons.
What would those be?
Oh, I don't know. Being gang and not telling people that you gang. That's for a start.
I mean, yeah.
That's for starters.
If there's going to be a scarlet letter on your record, seems like that might be it.
That's pretty.
See, yeah, man, it's okay. They can't do anything worse to you than what they've already done.
You're gonna hate us. You're gonna hate us when we're gone, but we don't plan on going anywhere. So for now, I mean, they hate us when we here. What are we talking about?
The frails. Because when the milk come in, they got to use the scales
that they weigh the whales with. Carson's on the Jeep. What?
You feel me? Corey Graves is he gang, he good. Don't.
All right. Well, I do.
T-shirt, hat and shirt for you, sir. When we see you again.
And I swear his commentary is charcuterie levels.
Indeed, it is for connoisseurs.
Yeah,
it is very much for connoisseurs. Like
it ain't like what's the clown that used to go into business for himself? It ain't Matt Stryker at all. Matt Stryker was trying to impress people with his knowledge. All he had to do was shut up a little bit. He'd have been all right.
Does everybody have to be stupid? Like,
no one has to prove to be the smartest person in the room.
I get that part, but I'm starting to get offended with the fact that there are people that in this world that would rather have a dumbed down presentation just because they can't grasp all of the smart shit that gets said. We as a people, we as a society today, we have access to more technology and more knowledge than any other generation grouping in the history of the world. And we are responsible for more dumb shit than any other group in the history of humanity.
So what you saying
I'm sick of
what you saying is I need to have a moratorium on Matt Stryker?
Thank you.
My bad, Matt Stryker.
Stop grading life on a curve. Some
bad.
people just need to be dropped from the class.
My bad, bruh.
Jesus Christie.
We don't want to talk about Christie's.
Doug?
No. That we don't want to talk about that. Everybody that's in the connected social circles right now. Oof. My heart goes out to you, my boy.
I'm in the dark on this one. I don't know. I know out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. I don't know nothing past that. Now he finna send me some nonsense. My phone finna go off here in a second because of some nonsense I'm gonna have to read. Probably some most stupid shit that includes a smartphone.
Nah, that does not include smartphone. I mean, this if it comes from me, like you all right.
Frail.
At any rate, Ron Killings again.
Yes.
Shows up to take out John Cena in a tag match featuring Jey Uso, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes on the same side, no less, and Logan Paul with John Cena. We fast forward to Monday Night Raw, and we get a couple of underground truth references from Michael Cole, one up front from CM Punk, and at the top of in the middle of the second hour. No, at middle of the second hour, Ron Killings comes out, thanks the fans, and basically tells the fans, if you believe it, then you can get it. If you want it, then you can have it. Paraphrasing.
Bars.
Also says, truth is here, truth is back, but truth is dead. Reaches into his pocket, grabs a pair of scissors, and cuts off his dreads on live television. And what is apparently a 100% shoot. Speaking of shoot, Triple H At the press conference post Money in the Bank, he was asked, was this planned all along? His response was, you enjoying the show? Thanks for watching the show.
Garbage. Stop lying to people when you don't have to.
To which Christopher Killings, son of Ron Killings, standout basketball star at Penn State University, Greater Allegheny,
Okay.
posted in real time, stop the cap.
Facts.
In other words,
Quit
saying you quit lying to the people, answer the questions or don't answer the questions, but stop lying to the people.
That's strike 2. I don't see color with strike 1. It's all part of the show. Strike 2. You could have just said the fans spoke and we reacted. That's it. That would have been the truth. Literally, ironically.
As the internet readings get deeper and deeper on the subject, this had more to do with Nick Khan than Triple H, even though Ron Killings gave credit to both. I don't think the chief content officer has it in his compass to make t-shirts like Killings Season.
Oh yeah, that killing spree.
Or Killing
shirt?
Spree. Killing Spree, yes.
Now, if they reference Killer Season and make it Killing Season, that's how I know somebody with our type of knowledge and input is in the room. Truth be told, they ain't got that. So chances are you're not gonna get that. But Killing Spree, that's clever. That's a shirt I'm probably gonna buy. And shameless, selfless plug, on at Broken Pencil BC, we do have a direct link if you want to go purchase any Ron Killings merchandise, because there are new shirts up. You can use the affiliate link from the Broken Pencil Booking Company in order to support the show and Ron Killings at the same damn time.
It's like that there.
No, Inside Baseball about him cutting off his locks on TV. He had him banded a certain way, super long hair, but he's been doing that thing where like he cut a bunch of lines in there, kind of like what Kanye did once upon a time.
He was basically saving his hair.
Yes, like those locks can be reattached at some point. If he keeps them, bags them up, puts them, stores them properly, he can grow his hair out to enough of a length that the locks can be reattached. So that's just Inside Baseball about that. But considering how he had drawn all the lines in his head, like when Kanye was trying to mimic Dallas haircut culture, he's probably going to go completely bald or like light Caesar.
A really cold video game level Caesar.
Yeah, like Doc Rivers. He gonna have to start from Doc Rivers just to get to wherever he's trying to go.
Which may be bald fade, which could be south of France.
This, that, and the third. Then he has no facial hair, so it's gonna be kind of weird. I don't necessarily need him going Kojak, but
bruh,
can we get a Ron Killing ski mask?
Ugh.
Like, I mean, if we keeping it real and basically we're the culture that's keeping their culture afloat when it comes to culture-related matters like this, Truth been wearing, Mr. Killings, because as we've said on this show years ago, our Truth is one thing, Ron Killings is a completely different individual.
And he said it himself last night.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for Ron Killings to go on a killings spree.
He said, I set our truth free.
That's crazy. When you think about the connotation about that statement, that's crazy to get away with.
Insane work.
Read between the lines, Cook.
Do you understand? In the last week, if our truth was in its entertaining. Well, I'm sorry. Let me stop it, because we keep using the names interchangeably. We can no longer do that. And apparently, from last night, she apologized for doing it before. Ron Killings, if he was entertaining independent bookings post expiration date of contract prior to renewal of contract that was not approached to him prior to this, he did so as Ron Killings. Now it's plug and play. If he goes for a 365-day deal, hypothetically speaking, by June 9 of 2026, he could go plug and play Ron Killings. Two-time former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ron Killings.
Okay, I'll ask you this. Considering the groundswell of internet support and just support from all over the wrestling community that brought Ron Killings back home, how long of a deal do you think this was? Or what's your expectation on how long this forced reunion lasts?
If I had to speculate, I would say it would be 2, no more than 3 years.
I think you're being hella generous with that.
You think it's a year?
The reason I think it could be a year, or maybe on paper it's 2 or 3, but I feel like there's a year worth of interest and or execution. Here's why I say this.
We in the same car. I got my seatbelt on.
Indeed. R-Truth was always dependent on for the comic relief, for the goofy segment, carrying the nonsense that wasn't even funny and then making it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Killings, while exhibiting some of those same qualities, will not carry that the same way R-Truth did.
Ain't with the bullshit.
It's gonna be funny to us because we know what he's saying. It'll be funny to some other people just because he has great timing. But once the luster and the newness of Ron Killings wears off,
once the bloom is off the rose,
you're gonna see the internet wrestling community turn on him. That's just a given. You
ain't lying yet. Keep going.
It's either he's getting too much TV time, or because they don't get or understand the culture that he is presenting, they become disconnected. We've seen this happen with Jey Uso in real time.
We saw it happen with R-Truth about 13 years ago.
Factual. And even then, he was watering down the culture for the sake of entertainment value.
We got Ron Killings, or we got R-Truth in a corporate general's outfit feuding with John Cena, which also came to the birth of Little Jimmy somehow through that. And Little Jimmy became more popular than heel R-Truth did. Now,
that's the version of R-Truth I like the most. The one that fired up a square ringside.
Also, that's the R-Truth. I was talking to Petty Messiah about that the TNA PSA where he told people don't smoke, where he told people don't smoke while he was smoking the square.
I mean,
that
do as I say, not as I do.
That's, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year. I think it was 2012 was the year where he had more matches than he had minutes of TV time on pay-per-views.
Bro, that's crazy. He
had I think 9 minutes of pay-per-view time in matches for the entire year. That's multiple crazy matches. My year could be wrong, but go look it up. That's it.
And if we start doing like career retrospective on the times that Truth has delivered when put in a position to deliver, bruh,
he's can't miss.
He's can't miss. He's first ballot Hall of Famer, and this is not conjecture. This is not prisoner of the moment. But to continue on the
there are people with lesser
on,
resumes that have been Hall of Famers faster than Ron Killings or R-Truth.
Actual factual. But why I say it's probably you got a year is they're going to disconnect, and then all of a sudden creative will not have anything for him or will not know how to put him in the best position to be entertaining as Ron Killings.
A few pieces as to why I think it's at least 2 years. Number one, we have a little bit more than 6 months left in this year.
Okay.
Through the affinity for R-Truth and R-Truth's affinity for John Cena, and the fact that this is John Cena's go home tour, the WWE birth of Ron Killings immediately hot shots him to the top of the card.
I agree.
Whether it be for a feud or whether it be for a run, it immediately hot shots him to the top of the card.
Especially for a product that is, like, by all measures, is under delivering since their transition to 3 hours on USA on Friday nights and Mondays on Netflix, doing what, 2.5?
Yep.
The product is suffering. Let's just be honest about it. This ain't even a
I
heavy
got smoke about that too. We'll talk. We'll give me a few on that one. I just remind me numbers low. All right.
Okay, bet that. So what I say about this, and this is
hold on.
Next six.
I'm sorry. Let me finish this. I'll let you come back on yours. I keep saying about this alleged last pay-per-view that's been created for Boston for John Cena's go away. I'm standing on business. Ron Killings defeats John Cena and takes the belt away from Cena so Cena can't ruin wrestling. Go ahead.
Well, way to hit me with the chop block, Ric Flair. So this is how the next 6 months of Ron Killings will determine whether we get those other 2 years that we're talking about he may be signed for. Because of that very reason, the perfect way to book him for the rest of this year is to have him hovering around and causing problems for John Cena. To the point that when it's time for it to happen, like, we're not recrowning Cody just yet because that's not necessarily what we need.
What do we need?
What we need is...
Uh-oh. Where'd I go? There we go.
Hold on, Cena. We got Cena on the show? What up, G?
Seemingly so.
But what we do need is Ron Killings to continue doing what he's doing. He doesn't even have to wrestle a match for the next 2-3 months. Like, just pop out and show. That's all you gotta do for the next couple months. Pop out to SummerSlam. Just pop out and show.
Just black head to toe duffel bag boy
with a ski mask and make life hell for John Cena. Cut these same type of promos. Do this same type of nonsense to the point that when it's time for December, when it's the go home time for Cena, that is when Ron Killings wins his first and only WWE Championship. Only to immediately be cashed in on by Mr. Money in the Bank, the walking crutch, the Velveteen Dream's favorite wrestler.
The funny you should mention Velveteen Dream. I completely forgot about this whole situation. This is the guy that Suave is talking about right now, Mr. Money in the Bank, the guy we predicted to win Money in the Bank and how we ended the show last week.
The male strip club owner?
The bad bitch.
Bruh, you see that pantsuit he had on?
And you keep trying to keep me at bay with calling him a bad bitch and calling him a video vixen. And
look, you're a grown man and I can't stop you from speaking your mind.
Thank you.
I respect my mind to get your brains knocked out. So if that's how you feel, who am I?
PD Pod. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Now you done clock back in. That's what I need right there. That's what I need right there. But Ron Killings gets his first title immediately. Like, he does take this like Tommy Dreamer style. He doesn't even get to wear the belt.
He gets to sniff it and it's gone.
That's it. He might get his hand raised and get to hold the belt, but that's it. If that. Rollins cashes in. Now you got a brief period during Road to WrestleMania where Ron Killings is trying to get the title back. We obviously know nobody involved with Endeavor, TKO, or WWE's creative department is going to go back to Las Vegas. My God, with Ron Killings as champion or challenger in either night main event. We know that's not going to happen. We know that we don't have that type of cachet to make that happen. We got Kofi Mania.
At the rate
I
we're
don't
going,
think we'll get this twice.
At the rate we're going, that's even if WWE still exists in the capacity that it's in right now.
If it's not under new ownership or management,
or management, correct. Good
Something
God.
else we will touch on during this episode, but a couple of matches, where Mr. Killings gets to put on with Seth Rollins, because we all know at the end of the day what's going to happen. Rollins is going forward. Because of the situation that we now think is happening with Roman and his contract deal, I don't know when we'll see the tribal chief again. I don't know when.
It's not even a matter of if, because at some point he's got to pop out and show.
I mean, does he though?
Not necessarily in the E.
I mean, when you start playing with my money, I ain't really got to do too much of nothing.
It seems like the hottest thing that we can't get is that live mic after conflict, post contract.
I mean,
we've had chances.
Because you don't have places for it. Roman in Jacksonville just don't fit.
Nah.
I don't care how much money you spend, it just doesn't fit. Those two brands don't go together.
We've seen, and stars are bigger than life in the E. And those larger than life stars are larger than their normal size on AEW television.
And this is not a shot at AEW. I just think they don't mix. I don't think those two brands mix. Money be damned. I don't think those two brands complement each other.
There's a reason why we didn't see Randy jump ship when he could have. There's a reason why we still have the Usos and Solo now and Jacob, and there is a couple others that are looming in wait that have not shown up on AEW television. There's a reason for that.
You feel me? And everybody knows what those reasons are. We ain't got to go too in depth unless y'all want to hear it. You tell us about it. We'll do a show about it, talk about it all day long.
Show at BrokenPistolBC.com, BrokenPistolBC@gmail.com. It's at BrokenPistolBC on all things social, at BrokenPistolBC on what?
Everything.
Everything. And everything. Now.
So, before we jump on that, all I'm going to say for Killings will be dope if he beats Cena and gets cashed in on by Seth. You give him a match at the Royal Rumble, which obviously he gets screwed out of the decision. Give him a rematch at whatever the middle pay-per-view is, or No Way Out, or
No. Elimination Chambers after the Rumble.
Yeah, I said No Way Out, and I was thinking Elimination Chamber. But some type of gimmick match, like a ladder match or something to that effect. So you get two high-quality pay-per-view level matches out of Ron Killings with Seth Rollins. As we know, Mr. Killings will not be participating in either main event of WrestleMania 42 in good God almighty Las Vegas. So whoever costs
unless some crazy, insane, never seen before booking gets pulled out of somebody's ass crack.
Some elderly individual comes back into a whole lot of money and power.
No, not even him. Not even.
Absolutely him. Absolutely him.
Not even him would go and do the Ron Killings thing because it wasn't his idea. He had out of the last 25 years, he had 13 to do it in and didn't do it once.
True. But how many years did Kofi have in the situations he was in before Kofi Mania happened? there's something to be said for momentum. There's something to be said for when you have the attention of the people. Even though what happened on Raw proves completely what I'm saying to be false, we do have examples. we do have recent examples that would tell you, like, hey, you can get some money out of this if you just concentrate. If you put real effort into it, you can get a bag off this.
Before we get into the 51 days.
Yeah.
Ron Killing / R-Truth.
Yeah.
Kofi. Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, have we ever seen momentum change the predetermined course of history in WWE?
That's one I gotta think about, because my initial answer is yes, but I'm trying to get there. Like, I'm sure Steve Austin was not penciled in to be the guy for WrestleMania 14. That just happened. He got chose. The fans chose on him. He was prepared. He hit a home run. Next thing you know, boom, biggest star in wrestling history, Mount Rushmore. The fans basically turned The Rock several times, put him on in a situation where he may not have been put in, but he delivered. He caught on with people. That's the whole thing. When you have an engaging personality, when something works, we have seen a history where that translates into dollars, and then, you know, you might get 6 months, you might get a year. That kind of depends on your conduct during. And at least they ride the experiment out. Now, as soon as you win the title, they may know exactly who they want to take it off of you.
This part.
and
who better, regardless of who it is, than the person holding the briefcase.
Right. And what determines how long you wait to drop that title to that person depends on how far and how fast that person gets over.
Or so we thought. Because we now have the one exception to that rule. As of June the 9th, 2025.
I'm so irritated.
I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Yeah, come on. This is what we're here for. Everybody knew when they saw the title of this episode, they knew what we finna be on. This is what they here for. Give them what they want so we can go on and tuck these people in real tight. Pack them up, as you know, I've heard said on the internet. What up, Will?
When my 11-year-old daughter,
my God, they've affected the babies,
realized that the pay-per-view schedule was deviated from having Money in the Bank on what is to be her birthday weekend, or what was to be her birthday weekend, to putting it the beginning of June. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. My birthday's in June. Father's Day this year to be exact. You Zell me mine. You can find me. You know you.
Indeed.
And to quote the great Pharaoh Monch, y'all know the name. It's right there.
Perfect placement. Good job. Come on with it. You almost there. Come on.
You imbeciles.
Yeah, we got smoke. Come on with it. That's what I need. That's that energy I'm looking for. Come on with it.
Decide to give Saudi Arabia a Rando Calrissian show to bring back Crown. Was it Crown Jewel? No, so King of the Ring. King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, Night of Champions.
Champions.
The King of the Ring tournament is a part of the Night of Champions PLE that is going to Saudi Arabia.
The match that was already talked about on Raw, of course, card subject to change. We know it's at the bottom of every card. It's okay. It's been doing that way since the 60s.
Right.
But when you talk about the most popular person, not named Killings, in WWE, all of a sudden no longer having a title match in Saudi, and now being relegated to the low numbers of Monday Night Raw. You imbeciles, and I'm not talking about the people in Stanford or Tampa or Orlando for that matter. I'm talking about you imbeciles who put your fingers in the air, giving a daily acknowledgement, only to say it's got to be more than just Yeet. And then you got so loud about saying it's got to be more than just Yeet that one of the most feel-good moments for a diehard wrestling fan and person of color now becomes the hill you wish to die upon. The match at Saudi no longer exists. It goes to Monday Night Raw, and clean at the end of the match, I say again, clean, we hear from Alicia Taylor, you assholes. You ungrateful little shits.
So, of course, the internet wrestling community is once again putting their foot in their mouth and doubling down on inconsistency. I went back and forth mentally about how I was going to handle this situation. First, I'll say this is not about Jay losing, because this is a sport and a business and a presentation where everybody loses at some point.
Absolutely.
That's not the issue.
Not it.
Because there had to come a time where you were going to beat him. My problem is,
before you start that, Intercontinental title reign,
2 weeks.
14 days and no defenses. Continue.
2 weeks with the Intercontinental Championship. You gave this title run 51 days.
This was your litmus test?
You invested no creative resources past what was already available on the roster. You didn't develop a storyline.
No. Not what was available on the roster. What was available at the top of the roster. Because no one got elevated.
Got that part, but it's not even the top of the roster because you didn't get him to defend against most of the top of the roster.
That's my point. Because the same people that he was going up against are the same people who are in the main event, or the same people that's in the higher echelon in terms of pay. And the person that you lose the title to is the same person you beat who held it for damn near a year prior to that. Slap
I don't
yourself.
even mind you losing it back to Walter.
I don't either. 51 days is where I got a problem.
51 days. No creative investment.
You fans, you daily cat. You know how what we used to say. We still say, but we don't say it as frequently about the casual fan.
Cause we trying to get money.
Y'all are worried about the wrong things. This man was one-dimensional in his title reign because he was only given one box to build. It's not his fault.
You know what we say all the time on this show is that you need somebody in the room from the culture so that you can properly tell stories with people of and from that culture. Who understand the lingo, the language.
And if you get the right one, they can even translate the culture.
And this is not a commercial for me to have a job.
But for a nominal fee,
soon to be
a phenomenal fee,
we will slice off some of this broken pencil knowledge and put it on your plate. My God, it's right here for you. But That was perfect. You made up for the Amazon stuff in the beginning. That is phenomenal. That
was necessary. Oh,
that's
that was necessary.
That's an off the glass alley, 100%. Now,
man,
as someone who's watched wrestling for decades at this point, I know the story that was attempted to be told. If you remember Bret Hart's first title reign, which is like the transition from Land of the Giants to New Generation, essentially, it's the build up to that. And Bret Hart because he wasn't the normal 7-foot champion, or he wasn't, good try Terry, they decided to make his title reign about as many defenses as humanly possible. He's defending the title on Superstars. He's defending the title on Wrestling Challenge.
Boy.
He's defending the title, and some of this is pre-Monday Night Raw, but he's defending the title on Monday Night Raw.
We still in the primetime era.
You see what I'm saying? But house shows, everything. He's working the schedule that Seth Rollins now likes to hang his hat on, saying that I work more dates than anybody. Well, they don't work 300 days a year anymore.
No.
But
they don't even work 2 shots anymore. Well, right, they did Saturday for Worlds Collide, but that's right across the street. It wasn't like they drove 150 miles or 300 miles to do it.
A couple of people did. A handful of people did. Not everybody. Not even a full handful, like 3.5.
Who's the half? Hornswoggle bike?
The haves and the have-nots, baby.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I did there?
Sinner's reference. Go ahead.
In there, indeed.
Real deep cut on that one.
Right. So, the lack of investment. Now I got to reset. Damn, that was retarded. I'm not even supposed to use that word. I'm sorry.
No. You got dumb.
All right. So, the issue with this title reign, but again, it's the Bret Hart story. He's defended the title so many times, been a fighting champion to such a point that he just ran out of gas by the time WrestleMania 9 came around. And Yokozuna was the foreign menace, undefeatable, inevitable. It's the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
And gang.
Super big Oos. It's a miniature version. It's like a mini series.
Oos XXL.
I like that one. Sew it in.
Oos XXL. Got it.
Yeah, Oos XXL. So that's what you were trying to do with Jay. Here's where you messed up. Because they are all about the stock video footage of watching Jay yeet with the crowd every week, because he is the high point of every show every week. You got him coming out, doing his entrance for 5 to 10 minutes.
With nothing to say because he has nobody to go against.
Nothing to build towards. Cut a small promo and leave because you're pushing and bumping the quarter hour. You're trying to get viral moments by looking at the crowd and watching them interact with Jay, and you're leaving a lot of creative on the table by not having him involved in the show the way he should be. He's constantly getting beat up, so he doesn't look strong as champion. You're not giving him defenses every week, even though he's there every week, which would have made this story make more sense. If he was defending the title every week against somebody on that roster at a breakneck pace, then also beefing with Seth and his new crew, getting jumped and beat up, and then Walter in our house still plotting, laying in the weeds, while all of these defenses are going on and the wins are piling up, but the gas tank is going down. You could have gotten to SummerSlam, and I might have believed you saying that he had run out of gas. Then you use that part of the story to reconcile him and Roman. because now Jay understands what Roman was doing and saying during his title reign. You can't please everybody, so please you first. But you didn't do that.
And in that heel turn for Jay is going to be a face turn for Walter out of respect for Jay, trying to give Jay respect.
Which, 100%, it could still end up that way. The final boss could come back and Jay says, you know what, I'm ready to do it your way. We could have a situation where we go back and by the time we get to SummerSlam, Jay is champion again.
Walter could be stripped by the final boss, have the title handed back to Jay. It'd be categorized in the annals of WWE history, in pro wrestling history, not just WWE history, pro wrestling history, as a title change, giving Jay his second run. Before y'all jump the shark on me, fans, broken pencil pushers, before y'all jump the shark on me, remember, one of Triple H's title reigns came when Eric Bischoff handed him the big gold belt.
Out of a Halliburton briefcase. That's a dated reference. So there's an opportunity to... No, you can't atone for this. This is one of those... This has 2019 stink on it.
Ooh.
This has Goldberg versus The Fiend in Saudi stink on it.
Speaking of Goldberg, please.
Come on.
Please. Go ahead.
Come on. To compound the nonsense of this illogical, ill-vetted decision, Walter, after Raw, not on television, not on Netflix, not where anybody could hear it or see it, cuts a backstage promo about how no one congratulated him when he came back through the curtain, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and challenges who?
Why?
Not Jacob Fatu, not Braun Breaker, not Seth Rollins.
Not even Jey Uso.
Not Jey Uso, not Jimmy Uso, not Roman Reigns, not Sami Zayn, not Solo Sikoa, not LA Knight.
Not The Miz.
Not The Miz.
Not JC Mateo.
Not JC Mateo.
Not Johnny Gargano. Not Tommaso Ciampa. Not Montez Ford. Not Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, not Aleister Black.
Not Penta.
Not Rey Fenix.
Not Rey Mysterio.
Not Escobar.
Not Cruz del Toro.
Not Zelina Vega. Wade Barrett.
Michael Cole. Pat McAfee.
None of these people were challenged.
Scrap Iron Adam Pearce.
Not Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. Not what's my guy?
Nick Aldis.
Not Nick Aldis.
The National Treasure. No.
Not Shawn Michaels. Not Obafemi. Not Moose. Not Joe Hendry.
Not Matt Hardy or Jeff.
Not Mike Santana.
Not Eric Young.
Not Ricky Saints.
Not Ric Flair.
Not Rick Rude. Not the ghost of Rick Rude. Not Rick Steiner.
Not Scott Steiner.
Not Rick and Morty.
Not Ricky Morton.
None of these people were challenged. The name that gets dropped and brought up,
Botchbot 9800.
Yeah, William Botchbot 98 Goldberg. You mean to tell me you cut off the water of a money faucet for the greater glory of a retirement match for Bill Goldberg that nobody asked for and did not need the World Heavyweight Championship?
And to be honest with you, everybody forgot about.
Are you insane?
This man's biggest claim to fame in Saudi Arabia was almost killing The Undertaker after knocking out himself in a match.
That man brought a 2-for-1 coupon to Saudi Arabia and almost cashed it in.
And of all places to not do a snuff film, you almost was party to one on complete accident.
Like this can't be serious.
You
like,
imbecile.
And you can't blame Old Man River for this because he ain't there. He ain't there, and he apparently, reportedly, ain't talking to his kids. At least not the ones that are in Stanford right now.
Let's talk. Let's talk about that real quick because
It's a cold day when him and Shane is back on speaking terms.
Saudi Arabia, a lot can happen this weekend. If all signs are pointing to
On and off the tarmac.
yeah, if all things are pointing to a changing of the guard, there is a ton of loud noise saying that TKO is grooming itself. And I'm throwing that term out there very loosely. I don't mean it in the sense that you think, but basically,
I was gonna say the term grooming is like apropos and also just cringe. But I love the way.
But it's effective for
because
this.
words matter.
It's effective for what we're doing right now.
Come on with it.
There's a play being made allegedly for TKO to look more attractive to be offloaded. In the event that it is to be offloaded, one of the best suitors or one of the most touted suitors for the offloading,
This is insane.
founder, former president, former CEO, former
ECW World Heavyweight Champion,
former WWE champion,
former Royal Rumble winner.
former double quad rupturer
My goodness.
simultaneously.
Former steroid trial defendant.
Current and reigning and defending defendant.
Careful. Careful.
Defendant.
Boy, you skating on shallow ice, boy.
That's not alleged. That's happening.
You boy. Shout out to State's Evidence. Oh man.
Or not.
You know what I'm saying? They call him Flipper.
Vincent
Flipper.
Kennedy McMahon.
Would this not be the most gangster shit in American documented history?
You get kicked out of the company that you built
Right.
by booting your father out.
You sold the company, then got kicked out, cashed out a bunch of stock, became like 700 million liquid, while still retaining a number that is probably north of 5% ownership stock that you were continuously making money on, only to circle back, enlist the help of the money faucet that is Saudi Arabia to come back around and purchase the company back. That is the most gangster shit in documented American history.
And I have a t-shirt from my brother Mega Ran. I've worn it on this show.
What'd it say?
Everything is pro wrestling.
Facts.
There is nothing in this world that you cannot tie back to pro wrestling.
Nothing.
When a college football team wins a national championship, what do they get as well as a trophy and a ring now?
Belts.
When you were growing up, there were two people, maybe three people, that when you were fictionally characterizing yourself in the real world, who would those three people be? Even with our small age gap.
Come on with it. Come on, give me answers.
The Nature Boy,
Woo!
Stone Cold,
Yeah.
or The Rock.
Well, hell yeah. And it doesn't matter. So, because
Everything is pro wrestling.
Everything is pro wrestling. Everything. Do you realize, and it needs to be said publicly because we've said it before anyway, the best storyline in the last 2 years since Vince left is Vince himself. That is an indictment on what is going on television, The numbers reflect it. Remember, this is your reminder, numbers low. It is reflecting in the product, in the television.
Which is all part of my Jey Uso tirade was the fact of these same fans talking about their low ratings and Netflix was because he was champion.
Check his quarter hours.
Setup. Quarter hours do matter.
Check his quarter hours when he's on.
Now, when this news broke, what did Vince do? Or what had he done by the time it broke?
What did he do?
He offloaded some TKO stock.
More liquid.
It was around $158 a share. Vince offloads.
Nick Khan recently offloaded about $4 million worth.
And then Vince McMahon offloaded his stock as well at about 158. Let me see how much he actually.
Because this is his second or third time cashing out on stock.
I think the more telling one was Stephanie. Oh snap! Oh my goodness.
What you got?
250 million.
So another 250 on top of the 7 he already got.
Yep.
So again, I said.
Wait, hold on. Has sold over. Swab. Oh man.
Come on, talk to me.
We wish everything was pro wrestling. You, the listener, me, the talker. You wish everything was pro wrestling. Vince McMahon has sold in excess of $2 billion in TKO stock.
$2 billion.
Since the merger in 2023.
The best storyline in the last 2 years since Vince left is Vince himself. $2 billion. So my number was way under. I was just about to get to 1. He's $2 billion up.
By the way, since June 3rd, when this happened, we are exactly a week removed from this. The TKO stock price has risen $5.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. But now I gotta watch and see when it's time to get off of it. Cause here's what's gonna happen. That man's $2 billion up, and I know there are a bunch of people that were online saying Vince doesn't have the money. First of all, that's not how commerce works with rich people.
hey, you don't have the money?
First of all, he's liquid. He's liquid $2 billion. If he was going to buy WWE back, he would just leverage those assets. He would not spend hard liquid cash to buy it back. It's not like going to the pawn shop. You borrow based on your worth. They will extend you a line of credit based on your worth to purchase said asset.
The only thing that Vince right now is a risk for with his with his infinite wealth, infinite knowledge, and connections in Washington is dying.
That's the only thing to stop him from buying WWE.
That is it.
That's it. That is it. His vitals are the only thing that can stop him. His vitals have the money in the bank briefcase. When are his vitals gonna cash in? Because at this point, he's $2 billion liquid minus whatever the settlement is, and that should tell you how petty this man is. He's in this situation over $2 million. He's up $2 billion. He's in court and in this situation to begin with over $2 million. Stop me when I start lying. So
quit talking about you rich. Quit talking about it.
I'm done. You don't hear me say that no more ever. I'm rich in like experience. I'm rich in like the things that air quotes matter the most. I'm
wealthy because I'm full with love, or full from love.
All of those things.
Financially rich, financially stable. This man got kicked out of the company that he built.
kicking and screaming.
The most of the listening audience doesn't even realize this, that WWE has been WWE longer than it was WWF.
At this point, you are absolutely 100% correct. So what we expect to have happen at this point is Vince will work out the particulars with the Saudi individuals he is in bed with. They will purchase WWE back from TKO, and then it will go private.
It would sway me if I didn't see Vince in Saudi come Night of Champions. That's crazy.
Say it, man.
Saturday, June 28th.
How soon you think this happens? You think this happens before the year's over?
If it's going to, it has to. Because keep in mind, the TKO thing happened, was it the day after WrestleMania?
Yeah, but that's still when you had Old Man River involved, and he has a flair for the dramatic.
That's also, it was, I mean, it was.
It's good timing because you're not gonna have any bigger.
Historically, it's good timing. That particular Monday after WrestleMania,
and here's the thing.
Hey, the irony of that one, boy, I tell you.
Poperation H. No good.
Cut it out.
Nah, for real. His decisions have been ass lately. Like just come on. The creative has been hit and miss. To be fair,
he just completely omitted the WWE Tag Team Championship from WrestleMania.
Then gave away the match on free TV.
Only to give Fort Worth a potential match of the fucking year for SmackDown,
and for the greater good of who? Because what match made it that could have been pulled and replaced with that TLC?
I hate to say this, but it's worth it. Who did Penta face in place of Rey Mysterio? Was it El Grande Americano? Not Penta. Rey Fenix.
Was it?
Rey Fenix replaced Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, come on, famo. Like, what we doing? Come on. Come on, fam. What are we doing?
Rey deserved to be there. Nothing against Rey Fenix. Rey Mysterio deserved to be there.
Facts.
Rey Fenix, I'm glad you finally in the E. One day after your second match on TV, that was not the move for you. Not for El Grande.
I mean, the world would have had to hate it for Chad Gable, but also you could have used it as character fuel. Pulling him in that instance would not have been a completely unreasonable situation.
That's how groundswells happen. And we've seen better matches pulled for less.
Meanwhile, Karrion Kross, when's the last time he wrestled?
I think the last time he actually wrestled was when AOP was still employed. That has to be back January.
Nah, I feel like he had no, you know what it was? He wrestled AJ like right before WrestleMania. I think. He had a match on the road to WrestleMania somewhere on Raw. But again, you have talent that the audience is clamoring for that aren't getting opportunities. You're not properly vetting the championship pedigree of your title holders. What Jey Uso could have worked a program with Karrion Kross.
You had the talent right. You had the era wrong. It was actually after WrestleMania.
Okay.
2 weeks after. No, I'm sorry. No, you were right. I'm thinking about the dates. No, you're absolutely right. It was the week of WrestleMania. The go home Raw for WrestleMania. It was the last time he wrestled.
Cash me out, cuz.
You got that. That's your world. So,
again, you have talent that is being misused. I don't know what you're doing with the Street Profits. So it's not just even. It's not what led you to say at a press conference, I don't see color. Because, first of all, when people use that phrase, We already know what type of time you on. If you can, we've said this on the show before also. When you can't recognize the unique qualities of an individual that make them a unique individual, that is a symptom of cultural blindness.
But the best thing you can do.
No two human beings are alike. None. You can't find two.
The best thing you can do is pit a Fatu, the only Fatu on television carrying the last name, against another Fatu not carrying his last name, while also giving a Fatu not carrying her last name her first Money in the Bank briefcase. Here's what I'm afraid of. They said 86% of the time the men cash in and win. And we could tell you who the ones that didn't cash in and win were. 100% of the women, because there's far less Money in the Bank matches for Money in the Bank contract holders than there were men. Mm-hmm. But the last time they touted the fact that how many times the Money in the Bank was won and how many times people cash in on, it was 100%. The last time that happened with the men, that person lost.
So you know what we setting up for at this point.
As we get the best version of Naomi the WWE has ever seen, we don't even have enough faith in knowing that when she cashes in that contract, she's actually going to win it. Because keeping it 1,000, they're mishandling the hell out of Jade Cargill. This is not going to be a 2-hour show, Swab. I refuse.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Like we're not putting ourselves through that type of misery. What I will say is Jade Cargill is probably the key to Naomi being the first one who doesn't. I hate that. But you're right. Because again, a lot of the talent that occupies the people of color spectrum, they're looked at as experiments, which is crazy to say out loud when you think about it. But it's always, okay, we don't necessarily know what to do with this person to begin with, so let's see what we can come up with. It's always, even talking about Old Man River, when did he decide to invest into what the Hurt Business was? When there were no fans in the arena, when it was just TV being produced in the Thunderdome. That's when you gave Bobby Lashley a world title run and a proper faction and proper presentation, when nobody was in the arena.
And at least you let him run it back with people in the arena, as you did Big E. You
gave Kofi a hot 6 months as champion. After one
complete, there's a burial, and I don't know what you call deeper than a burial, but he was disintegrated by Brock Lesnar.
Thanos Fox. That, you know what it is? Thanos snap.
Turned into dust.
Kofi's title reign was Thanos snapped. So you have these different examples of these situations where, because you don't know how to market the talent, you don't know how to present them, you don't know how to tell their stories, you don't know how to identify with the segment of the audience that identifies with them, you just start experimenting and throwing shit against the wall. And that's how we got 51 days.
On a brighter note.
Yeah, fix this.
I can't give you tidbits of a fact without giving you the whole story. For those of you not in the know or have been under a rock or not even old enough to have lived through what we've lived through, let me give you the breakdown of the failed Money in the Bank opportunities.
Okay.
The first one, everybody forgets about. This is a deep cut. Ken Kennedy. Wait for it.
Kennedy.
Held that Money in the Bank briefcase so long that he could not cash it in.
Damn, whoa, back up.
WrestleMania 23. Actually, take that back. He lost at the Edge. That's what it was. He lost the Edge.
All right, that's what I was. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, did I miss a second reign?
Yeah, no, he lost at the Edge. But it was some other nonsense going on behind the scenes. But he lost at the Edge, and Kennedy was gone shortly thereafter from the WWE, never to return.
Yeah, it was a rough patch.
But Mr. Anderson was reborn in TNA, and we got a really good run out of that.
Facts.
So I'm kind of thankful because I think he was better off in TNA than he was in WWE anyway. Because,
I don't know about that one. I think they had some big old plans for old Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, the son of Vince McMahon.
Fam, do you know what type of legs that could have given him? That's a career angle.
You know what we got out of that instead because of Kennedy and that incident? Swoggle, bruh.
McSwoggle.
What else did we have? We had, of course, Raw 1000. John Cena failed to cash in against CM Punk. No thanks to the Big Show.
And he was bulletproof. Still bulletproof now.
Answer to your question, Suave. Here's the other groundswell. I knew it was one, and so did you. Damian Damn Sandow.
Oh man!
I knew there was a reason that we brought this up.
And Square Business, Damian Sandow put in work in that attempted cash in. That is a fantastic match.
Not just that cash in, but everything he did after that. The Miz's stunt double, Damian missed out.
All of that is before he wins Money in the Bank.
Right? Okay, yeah. That the groundswell is what got him to Money in the Bank.
Him being the Miz's understudy is what got him all the way to. Okay, we can trust this guy. He is connected with the audience to the point that we want to see him succeed. So now we've given him Money in the Bank, but we don't cash in or we don't follow through with the original plan. Hey, Otis, how you doing?
That we'll get to him in a second. How about how about the cult classic failed cash in?
Okay, who that is?
You mentioned Otis. How about Baron Corbin?
Ooh, some of Cena's finest work.
The failed cash in on Baron Corbin is partially what led to the downward spiral that became bum ass Corbin.
That would have been the perfect way to end up as bum ass Corbin.
It was the fire that lit the fuse on accident to become bum ass Corbin, but it wasn't what like started the whole shit. But that's all signs point back to that failed cash in.
If we were gonna doctor history, that's how it would have started. Like there was because you had Bennigan's manager Corbin after that, and yeah, we would some of that we got to skip, and then there's Kurt Angle retirement match Corbin, who was also Bennigan's manager Corbin. Just no.
And then
no.
Otis loses at Hell in a Cell to lose the contract.
And again, this was during Thunderdome era. There was nobody in the arena.
Here's the crazy part.
You were checking IDs to get people on the screen. Like, what?
I bet you can tell me Otis's tag team that he was in, but I bet you can't tell me his tag team partner.
Tucky.
Oh, you can. Okay, good for you. Because I'm about to say, if anybody's Mr. Irrelevant in storylines for anything that was impactful long term, it would definitely be Tucker.
Tucker? Oh yeah, but I think Tucker's out of the business and enjoying the good life.
Yeah, good for him if that's the case.
Factual. Hey, speaking of which, A lot of these that we're talking about came on Old Man Rivers' watch. So he is not without responsibility for poor creative or poor execution or just non-properly vetted ideas. But we know where WWE was when he left. We were in the midst of Bloodline Mania. We are at like fever pitch levels. This is everything going up to like WrestleMania 39. In the 2 years since he's left, you've seen the Bloodline be essentially dismantled. You've seen pet projects pushed way beyond what's considered decent levels. You've had talent either completely have their situations washed out or had start-stop pushes. You've seen a complete culture shift if you're paying close enough attention. I was one of those people, and I'm finna admit, I was one of those people who thought Trips was gonna be a lot better at this.
Because he was. He was better at this. He's getting old.
Damn. It happens to
hard
the best
reality, bruh.
Adapter perish. I understand getting old. I get it. Totally understand. Part of the reason I don't really invest in NXT quite the same way. I'm old. My attention span and my grace. I don't have a lot of grace to give. So I have to use it sparingly. Not necessarily in the mood to use it there, because the type of NXT I wanted is gone and never coming back.
Rest in peace to the black and gold.
And now, for some reason, some of that same energy is on the main roster, but not in the way that made black and gold special.
At all.
Yes, we're getting shorter PLEs. Yes, we're getting longer matches with a shorter card.
But the magic ain't there.
We are lacking depth in some of the storytelling. We are lacking depth in some of the character development when those characters are of a certain culture background.
I remember when we had brand split pay-per-views with about 8 matches on them, and we did not miss the big talent that was from the other brand that was not on those PLEs.
At this point, the brand split is strictly for revenue. It's just so you can have 2 different shows with 2 different rosters on 2 different networks.
Well, it's also a quality of life because the talent does get more rest. There's some that choose to travel just in case that they're needed, but for the most part, these people get 4 or 5 days off now.
Which 100% in favor of.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're not booking a whole roster of 137 talents. Unless you're Tony Khan. Unless it's Jacksonville, and that's a different animal.
Yeah.
You know who's at the top of the card, so you know who would have to be there. Your top stars are going to work the main event situation, and then you're going to have your workhorses that may do both shows. Maybe. And those are going to be cherry-picked individuals. So if you're wearing gold or you have a very unique skill set that draws in viewers, yeah, you could probably work both shows. Otherwise, I mean, rotate.
Other contract losers: Braun Strowman, Austin Theory, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, then there's that.
So yeah,
Austin Theory just, my God, he
got wrecked.
We need a mixtape because I don't know if anybody's ever caught it quite as bad as he has.
Come on, man. He had the 400-pound albino gorilla, dog. Like, what more do you need?
My boy, you think Triple H in '97 had it bad?
Oh, he's talking about,
which is what's crazy to me.
Talking about eating the sandwich.
Hurt people who hurt people.
Yeah.
We hurt people. What? Yeah, triple entendre.
Yo, this coming Friday, great birthday present from me. Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2 releasing.
Okay.
Don't get caught up in the Carter 6. It's a polarizing take.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I will tell you this. If you tell me that TF and Crisis, the Green Bottle, is anything remotely close to whack, I don't trust you. I don't trust your taste in music. I don't trust where you live. I don't even trust the car you drive is yours. I don't trust that the ATM card even has your name. I don't even trust your driver's license. I don't trust your ID. I don't trust your high school diploma, fam.
Wow.
I'm standing on that one. That's a hard piece of business right there.
So loosely translated, like you're subject to deportation.
And my thoughts and prayers to the people of Los Angeles right now. Man, y'all hold y'all head, man. We got an idiot popping off.
Go off. Go off.
That's all I got on that one, man.
Indeed.
There was one more bit of housekeeping business. I'm trying to remember what it was. We had
Vince got a GoFundMe link up.
Shut up.
Oh, bush.
We about to share.
His GoFundMe link is a direct text to whatever Saudi country code is.
We was about to share a screen. I'm like, say of all.
Hey, don't be surprised. Somebody probably is in a joking manner using GoFundMe to try to raise funds for Vince to buy back WWE. Crazy, insane.
Raise funds. All they had to do is sell one of them choppers we saw in the first PLE from Saudi Arabia.
Gold Chopper City.
All they got to do is sell the crest off the crown jewel.
Listen, that belt that they had for Cody, sell that and we good.
Boy.
Sell it. Melt it down and sell it.
I wish you would do. How you gonna melt a diamond?
I'm sure they can.
Can you imagine that, a liquid diamond? That's some Saudi. If there's ever some Saudi shit to do, that would be it. You display a liquid diamond.
Liquefy a diamond and put it into a pendant. Oh my God. There's a jeweler in New York right now about to mess over $50,000 worth of inventory trying to do this.
Hey. with a portable welder.
My pendant swishing back and forth like a leveler.
Or I'm somewhere in the shopping mall burning up 2,000 degrees.
Liquid diamonds, baby. These don't evaporate. Come out here with the little cashmere coat. That's crazy.
Baby doll.
Oh, and just so we can put this in the air, this is not a cosign of Vince McMahon and what he's done in his personal life. This is saying that he's better at pro wrestling than what we've gotten in the last 2 years. Even with all of the strikes and marks on his record over the last 40, 45, 50 years.
You ain't got to like it, but you
his
have
batting average is just higher.
You don't have to like it, but you got to agree with it.
And I don't, because I know once he gets back, he going to do some stupid stuff too.
This is the same man who gave us Katie Vick.
Oddly enough, guess who was involved with that? The same dude who was involved with cosplaying the Nation of Domination.
The darkest parts.
with your homeboys in blackface. It's just, and that's the guy in chief content officer. What does that mean? Do me a favor before we get out of here. Define what chief content officer means.
You are in charge of every visual thing you see, every audible thing you hear.
You are responsible for everything we see and everything we hear.
Everything.
Everything.
Jesus Christ.
With your WYBA.
With your fool.
With your fool. The rubber was right there on the dresser. You fool, you.
We've pubbed enough, man. Take him to the house while we out of here, man. Golly.
I can't believe they trying to garnish the tribal chief's wages. My God. Hey, pencil pushers.
Wait,
like,
did we talk about that?
no, we didn't. We did not. We can get that in. We'll
Word on the street. Word on the street.
Come on.
Tribal chief ain't coming back because
Because why?
They want him. They want him to R-Truth his salary.
Eat one.
They saying they need to get a bigger. They need to get a bigger return on their investment. They want to restructure the contract that they signed first, and then let him sign second.
With pickle relish and hot mustard. Honor your contract.
Glizzy for one. You choose the one. Suave, take him to the house.
Yeah, I want to hear all those honor your contract commenters that's usually in the comment section where logic goes to die when it comes to talking about this. These are the dates you signed me for, and this is the money you agreed to pay me. Honor the contract. Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend again. tinyurl.com/bpbc merch. Tap in, get you some, then get you some.
Once you get you some,
Then
and
go
get you some,
more.
and then
Get you some.
get
more.
you some.
Heads up, pencils down.
We can't have this energy next week. We can't.
Depending on what they do, I ain't making no promises.
They be doing some fucked up shit.